morning and welcome to beautiful Chagrin Falls, the home of the Chagrin Falls Documentary Film Festival. I'm Jeff Griff, and this week I'm going to be your man on the street as we discover and celebrate this, our 14th film festival. Each day at our CDFF Live on Main daily update, I'll be bringing you all the information you need to make the most of your festival experience. Our in-person festival runs October 4th through 8th with films, panel discussions, and exciting special events. CDFF continues October 9th through 16th, streaming at CDFF On Demand. Look for our daily updates at our website, www.chagrinfilmfest.org, as well as on our YouTube channel. My first guest is the woman that started it all, Marianne Ponce, to give us some exciting news about this year's festival.
Thank you so much, Jeff. We are just so pleased to be bringing the 14th annual Chagrin Documentary Film Festival to you this year. We're really amazed by the 83 remarkable documentary films from 36 countries that will be presenting all over Chagrin Falls. And this will include more than a dozen special events and parties, as well as panel discussions, talkbacks, filmmaker Q&As. Get your program, plan your festival, and just don't miss a minute of all the amazing and fun things we'll have going on.
I am always so impressed by your energy and enthusiasm. You are truly the driving force that brings this festival together. Thank you. This year, CDFF is honored to have 83 powerful films from 36 countries. What an amazing feat. But have you ever thought or wondered how those films are selected? I know I sure have. We've got the exact right person to ask. We have Lori Dean, who from the start has been an integral part of the film selection process. And Lori, can you explain a little bit to our viewers, a little bit about the process of selecting these wonderful films?
I sure can. Nice to see you. The selection committee was honored to receive 600 submissions, and we chose 83 great films. The selection process is one that shows that when we look for films that show a great story, there's about 36 of us who weigh in on these stories and these great films, and that's where these 86 films came from.
Well, that's an amazing task. Thank you for all your efforts to bring these best films to us, and thank you to all the other volunteers that really make this selection process work. We really appreciate it. Joining me next is Sarah Wilgrube, who is Director of Operations for the festival. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about some of the venues that are holding some of the special events and that we're going to have around town this week?
Sure, I'd love to. Like you said, we're all around town, so we will have screenings and events at CDFF Live on Main at Chagrin Falls Township Hall, the Chagrin Valley Little Theater, the United Methodist Church of Chagrin Falls, South Franklin Circle, and as always, our Films by the Falls in Riverside Park.
Sarah, that's amazing, and I think that's what makes the Chagrin Documentary Film Festival so unique. Having all these venues right here in town within walking distance, we really look forward to seeing you down here at the film festival. There is no way this festival happens without volunteers. Have you ever wondered how many volunteers it takes to put on an event like this? To put it up, set it up, clean it up, take it down? I don't know, but I've got the exact person to ask. Joe Constant is our volunteer coordinator. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jeff.
So Joe, exactly how many volunteers does it take to get an event like this off the ground?
Well, Jeff, it takes about 200 volunteers, and let me tell you, we couldn't do it without our outstanding volunteers.
What an awesome amount of effort and volunteer time. Thank you, Joe, and thank you to all the volunteers out there. We have the films, we have the venues, and we have the volunteers. But we also have Kendall Duncan. Welcome, Kendall.
Glad to be here, Jeff.
I understand you're new to the festival and you're a tech associate?
Yep, this is my first year running tech for the festival. Very excited.
Kendall, what are you most excited about?
I personally am most excited about all the films that we'll be seeing in the park this weekend. You can grab your lawn chair, a blanket, and sit back and relax and watch free films all weekend. And that's not all, Jeff. The entire community can enjoy the Film Fest lighting of the falls. This year it is in honor of Ron Humphrey. He was one of our printers for all of our materials over the years.
Well, thank you, Kendall. It's amazing all the things that the film festival is able to do to bring to the community, the movies in the park, lighting of the falls. It's great community support. The excitement doesn't stop there. We have Angelina Coberna with us. Hi, Angelina.
Hi, Jeff. How are you today?
I'm good, I'm good. And what events are coming up the next couple days?
Well, last night we had a fabulous VIP event where all of Chagrin came out to meet the filmmakers at the reception. It was a red carpet experience. It was like being at Hollywood. Everybody was dressed up to the nines with tuxes and dresses, and they looked fabulous. And they got to see an exciting opening film. Ohio Humanity's Big Watch kicked off. It was a really great evening.
And I understand there's more filmmakers here than ever before.
There are. We have over 30 filmmakers that will be in and around the festival, and they'll answer questions.
So Angelina, tell us about some of the events that are happening today.
Well, Jeff, today, right next door to the intermediate school that we are at right now, at the Historical Society at 9 a.m., we have a historical shorts bagel and coffee breakfast with 3 great historical shorts. And then later on today, we have Everyone's a Critic, which is an annual event where our audience picks the winner and which is their favorite, and they receive an award and a cash prize. And that's over at CVLT today. And then later, after that, the infamous James Bond might be visiting us because we have an event called Shaken, I can say that, Shaken, Not Stirred. And we have martinis before the film, The Other Guys, which is a fabulous film about people with the name James Bond.
So it's not just about films, there's so much going on, so many special events that you don't want to miss. I look forward to seeing you here at the film festival. Now it's time to take in a few highlights of today's films, and Kendall's back to share some ideas with us. What do we got going on today, Kendall?
Yep, Jeff. First off, we have The Space Race, which covers the little-known stories of the black pilots, engineers, and scientists behind the initial space launch.
My mom and dad, you know, they always talked about possibility. But growing up in the Jim Crow South, you knew what you could and couldn't do, and you didn't press the system. You were taught you don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to drink from that fountain because that says white. So don't even think about it. And it was the same thing with NASA. I loved the space program. I was enamored with it. But nobody doing that stuff looked like me. Ed was in consideration for the NASA program, which is America's civil space program. And there is no organization that is more effective in promoting our greatness than NASA. But having a black man as the face and voice of America in space, that's different. That's real different.
Second, we have The Other Fellows, the very fun story of other gentlemen that just happen to also be named James Bond.
50 years on, a Bond film is still as big an event as ever.
My God, it's enormous. I mean, everybody knows James Bond. Everyone's seen the films.
It is a little bit like a plague of locusts. It's crazy with the noise that's created by it.
Most of us know James Bond as the dashing British agent 007, but the real James Bond was a man from Philadelphia.
Just how did Ian Fleming's 007 get his name?
I studied and used it.
Do you know why we're making this film?
Because you want to know what it's like to be a James Bond.
My name is Bond.
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 Bond. Bond. Bond.
Bond.
Bond. James Bond. Det är mitt liv. Allting som har med James Bond.
You can't be an introvert and be a James Bond. It's impossible.
Imagine being told the same joke every day for a couple decades.
The name is Bond. James Bond.
And he's like, you're right, and I'm Donald Duck. Get on the ground, get on the ground. His name, in this case, is gonna haunt him.
A name is something that identifies you. All it does is pinpoint where you are. He told me that he would kill me.
Använda den i form av att söka efter min far som är försvunnen.
All units, we have a location of a homicide suspect. Name Bond. James. If I was a real James Bond, I would never got caught because James Bond killed plenty of people and he's still out there. See, if he kills somebody, hey, okay, well, that's James Bond. That's the white James Bond. But the black James Bond, oh, he's doomed.
It has been both a blessing and a curse.
And last but not least, we have Lifetime Guarantee. Follow the story of Frank, a Jewish lesbian folk singer, and her escapades as a Tupperware saleswoman.
It's got a lifetime guarantee. Chicken and drinking. Rocking and feeling. Tupperware's always on their floor. It's a Tupperware, baby. It's Tupperware, lady. A date a party with me. I'll give you a hostess gift free.
Here at CDFF, it is really all about the filmmakers. And we were voted the top 10 festivals in the country for new and emerging filmmakers, which is quite an honor. I always love the stories of the filmmakers and how they get to their stories and how they come up with all these ideas. And you have the opportunity to come down and hear from those filmmakers on a panel discussion. And with us today is Brenda Kane, who is in charge of our panel discussions, to tell us a little bit more about what's going on today. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Jeff. So I was a reporter with Cleveland.com and the Plain Dealer for a long while, and I found out that the whole time I was always way more interested in the backstories of the films. That's why we have so many panels. So the first panel today starts at noon. It's at Chagrin Township Hall. And it's featuring some of this year's most interesting filmmakers. So bring your questions. The second panel will be hosted by Mayor Bill Coons, and we will have the Mayfield Wildcat Cycling Group. They'll be there for the film 18 Tuesdays, and you can come along and join us. It's free, it's open to the public, and we will have cycling groups from all over Northeast Ohio joining us. So wear your cycling jersey and come take part in this exciting thing.
It's going to be a terrific opening day here at the festival, and we sure have learned a lot. I encourage you to join me every day as we explore the daily happenings of the festival. On behalf of myself, Jeff Griff, your man on the street, and the entire festival staff, I want to tell you it's official. It's Festivus time.